Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to talk about SpaceX Starlink mission, specifically about its most recent launch of 2022. Could SpaceX replace Russia in space? Astronauts around the world are mostly dependent on Russia's Soyuz capsule when they have to hitch a ride to and from the International Space Station. Last month, Russia invaded Ukraine in a series of attacks that sparked some of the most intense conflict in Europe in decades. Most recently, February 27th, Russian President Vladimir Putin declared a nuclear alert, a move that only furthered international concern. With tensions rising even higher, companies and countries around the world are breaking ties with Russia in space. SpaceX recently activated Starlink internet services in Ukraine, with the company already ferrying astronauts to and from the International Space Station, reducing NASA's dependence on Russian Soyuz rides. It seems more possible than ever that SpaceX could fully replace the need for Russia's Soyuz capsule. Russian spacecraft attached to the Russian segment of the ISS are used to adjust the flying laboratory's path and literally help keep it high enough in low Earth orbit. With some rearranging, SpaceX Dragon capsules could serve the same purpose, according to Musk and others. Rogozin is known in space circles for his caustic and mocking tone. When sanctions against Russia were announced in 2014, he suggested NASA use a trampoline to send astronauts to orbit. At the time, the US was dependent on Russian Soyuz spacecraft to reach the ISS, a situation that changed with introduction to the SpaceX Crew Dragon vehicle for crewed missions. Musk responded to this barb 6 years later, in 2020, after a SpaceX Crew Dragon carried NASA astronauts to the ISS for the first time. "The trampoline is working," he said, at a press conference after the launch. US President Joe Biden announced his administration would implement new sanctions that would significantly affect Russia's space program. In response, Dmitry Rogozin, the Director General of Russian space agency Roscosmos, shared his candid thoughts online. "Do you want to destroy our cooperation on the ISS? If you block cooperation with us, who will save the ISS from uncontrolled deorbiting and falling into the United States or Europe? There's also the option of dropping a 500-ton structure to India and China. Do you want to threaten them with such a prospect? The ISS does not fly over Russia, so all the risks are yours. Are you ready for them?" Rogozin's words suggest that without Russia's Soyuz craft to boost the space station, it would deorbit and fall to Earth. However, any visiting vehicle with extra fuel, certainly including SpaceX's Crew Dragon capsule, can boost the station and keep it going as it has been. In the immediate future at least, NASA has said it will continue to use Roscosmos' Soyuz capsule to return astronauts home. NASA astronaut Mark Van High is scheduled to return to Earth from the station on March 30th aboard the Russian Soyuz MS-19. Before we continue further, please show us your support by liking the video and subscribing to our channel for more videos. Where SpaceX stands in all this conflict. So, where does SpaceX fit in as international partners disconnect from Russia? In 2014, NASA contracted SpaceX and Boeing through its Commercial Crew program to build crew capsules that could ferry astronauts to the space station and back. While Boeing's Starliner has yet to fly a crew, SpaceX's Crew Dragon has flown numerous astronaut crews to and from the orbiting lab successfully. This partnership was created by NASA with the explicit purpose of decreasing NASA's reliance on Russia's Soyuz capsule, which was the agency's only vehicle to the station after the space shuttle program closed in 2011. Now, SpaceX founder Elon Musk has seemed to show public support for Ukraine by announcing that Starlink service is now active in the country. SpaceX officials couldn't resist poking fun at Russia during the firm's recent launch of 48 Starlink satellites into orbit, escalating a feud with Russia's space agency that has intensified since the Kremlin began its widely condemned invasion of Ukraine. "Time to let the American broomsticks fly and hear the sounds of freedom," the SpaceX launch director said, while delivering the final go signal before liftoff. Musk replied to a screenshot of Rogozin's remarks by linking to a previous launch of a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, along with the phrase "American broomstick" and 4 American flags. While Rogozin's message implied that the fate of the space station rests solely on Russia and its Soyuz capsules boosting the station into orbit, any spacecraft with extra fuel can do that. This message from Musk heavily implies that even with no Soyuz capsules at the station, SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft could just as well do the job. In other words, the space station and NASA no longer need Russia's Soyuz. They have the Dragon. What do you think about SpaceX Starlink mission? Let us know about your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.